Rabbi Mendy, and today I'm going to be showing you a few steps on how to kosher your kitchen for Passover. As most of you know, Passover commemorates the Exodus from Egypt. When we left Egypt, we did not have time to let the dough rise because we were in such a rush. Therefore, we get rid of all the leaven in our homes in preparation for Passover. One of those steps is koshering your kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you how to kosher your kitchen for Passover. First, I'm going to show you how to kosher your countertops. The counters must be cleaned and unused for 24 hours before we start koshering. First, you take a towel and put it down at the base of the counters. This has nothing to do with koshering, just making sure that the water doesn't run off and ruin our floors and the counter and the cabinets. Plug in a kettle and wait for the water to boil. Once the water is boiling, we simply pour it all over the countertops. Make sure that all areas of the countertops are reached with the boiling water. Some people, in order to be a little bit more careful and having the water a couple degrees hotter, will also use an iron. As soon as the water is poured on the counter, we take a hot iron which has been heated, turn it off or unplug it so we don't risk electrocution, and just run it right over the water, and this will boil the water up again. Next, I'm going to show you how to kosher your sink. Most sinks out of stainless steel could be koshered. Certain types of sinks made out of other materials are questionable. If you have a different type of sink, please contact us at BC Kosher and we will let you know if it can be kosher or not for Passover. The sink must be cleaned 24 hours before we kosher and remain unused, or at least not used with any hot water, for a period of 24 hours before koshering. Any types of drain stoppers like these should be replaced for Passover because there are too many holes and crevices for where food can reach and cannot be properly cleaned. If you have a filter in the tap, please unscrew it and clean it and kosher that separately. Finally, boil up your hot water in the kettle. Once the water is boiling, pour it over every surface area of the sink as well as the nozzle. Once again, those wanting to be more careful to make sure the water is actually boiling directly on the stainless steel, you can take your iron, again unplugged, and run it right over the surface to boil the water over. Please note, due to the complexities involved in koshering a dishwasher, I do not recommend attempting to kosher a dishwasher for Passover. If it's absolutely necessary to use your dishwasher for Passover, please contact me at BC Kosher and we will have a representative come to your house and try and kosher it for you. Now I'm going to show you how to kosher the stovetop. There are many different kinds of stovetops. This is a flat one. The same method is true for a coil. The same method is used for a gas stove. Once it is clean, simply turn on the elements on the highest and leave them there for about 1 hour. You will notice the elements will turn red, which is what we are trying to accomplish. Please do not leave it on and go elsewhere in the house for that hour for safety reasons. The area between the elements cannot be properly koshered for Passover and therefore should be covered and not used during Passover. I am going to show you now how we kasher an oven. Most ovens today have a self-clean function. In order to kosher an oven with a self-clean function, simply make sure the oven is clean and then turn on the self-clean and let it run through the whole cycle. This will reach temperatures hot enough in order to kosher the oven. If your oven does not have a self-clean function, you need to make sure the oven is clean and then turn it on the highest settings for a period of 5 hours. This will kosher the chamber, but not the racks. The racks themselves should be replaced, and you should have separate racks for Passover. If this is not possible, you can cover the racks with a heavy-duty aluminum foil. For Passover, many people are also careful to cover the oven door and the surface in the front of the oven with a heavy-duty silver foil, as well as surface on the bottom. The inside of the refrigerator and the freezer simply need to be cleaned out. Remove any chametz that you might have in there and just wipe down all the surfaces in case something might have spilled during the year. Now I'm going to show you how we kosher flatware and other small utensils that we're going to need. First, grab your largest pot, fill it up with water and bring it to a boil. This pot should not be used 24 hours prior to using it for koshering. Once the water is boiled, get yourself a good pair of heat-proof gloves so you don't burn yourself. Make sure you're wearing clothes which don't expose too much skin, just in case some water splashes. Once the water is boiling, take the spoon or the knife or the fork that you're going to kosher, simply dip it so it's immersed completely in the water, take it out and put it in a container of cold water. That's it. There are some items which cannot be koshered. Some things that have very small holes and crevices, which are very difficult to make sure they're completely cleaned, should not be koshered for Passover, and new ones should be purchased instead. Worn or well-used wood utensils should not be koshered, and new ones should be used for Passover. Knives or other flatware that are made of two pieces and have a little hole in between or a little crack where dirt could get in should not be koshered for Passover, and brand new ones should be purchased. Cups and similar utensils, bowls, can all be koshered using the same method of boiling water. However, please note that some Ashkenazi rabbis will say glass should not be koshered and brand new glassware should be used for Passover. Please ask your rabbi what opinion you should follow. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video useful. At BC Kosher, our mission is to make kosher more accessible for the whole Vancouver Jewish community. If at any time you have any questions about kosher, about Passover, kosher products, or anything related to kosher, please contact me, Rabbi Mendy. You can always call me on my cell phone or send me a text message. If you're in a store and you need some information immediately, please feel free. My phone number is 604-781-2324. Thank you, and have a happy Passover.